Hey you guys, I am back for the week. So we did we've done 5 shadow journal prompts and we are on day 6 and we have tomorrow and we will be done with our journal prompts. So I took a little break for the weekend, took that Saturday and Sunday just to get some rest. Of course, you truly don't get rest because what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to, I got my mask on. Happy Halloween. What I wanted to talk about is dreams. So when you're doing your shadow work, and I talked about some of the ways earlier on in the earlier journal prompts of ways that you can work on it, but also when you're journaling, you start to reflect and see things that are in your writing, and you kind of start analyzing and looking into that stuff and understanding that stuff. So what happens is some things start to build up and your emotions start to overflow, and there's kind of like a flow of emotions that's come through. And that's why I talked about on Friday about staying grounded. That was why that was big, because during this time you need to stay grounded during this process, because also what happens is you're subconsciously working on those things and you're journaling and looking at healing those and going through those. But so you're consciously doing that. But during the night, when you're resting, your subconscious kicks in, and some of those things that are down deep rooted that maybe are harder to work on, they start coming up through your dreams. So from my experience, when I first started on my spiritual journey, I for a while I did not. I dreamed, but I couldn't remember my dreams, and they weren't vivid. And as I started changing up things in my life, like my diet and different things, I started getting my dreams started becoming very vivid, and I started remembering them. So then I would, for a while, I just did a dream journal where I would take a notebook and I would, what I would do was I would just write down what I would remember. And then every once in a while I would go back over them. And I recently went back over them, and you'll find things in there that you're like, oh, and then you'll find things and that you'll be able to connect them to something. And now with this shadow work and me doing journaling with this too, I have started writing down my dreams again, because they've been getting really vivid and wild and crazy. And one thing I found was there was always in the dream, there's always, even though most of these dreams have people you don't know, and it's kind of like, I don't know who these people are in my dreams. And sometimes it'll be like maybe 1 or 2 people in there that you do know. They do have an overall theme to them. And like the one I had last night, it was all about confusion. Everything was just so confusing. When I got up, I wrote about the dream, because there was like 4 different parts where I was pretty much going into different places. Like I was like at my house that I'm currently in, but then when I went to a neighbor's house, it was not the same neighborhood. Or then I was all the way in Australia with different people, and then I went downstairs, and I was with a couple people I knew in my family downstairs, and then all of a sudden I was back at my place here, and so it was very confusing. So there is a theme behind your dreams. Like my last night was confusion. The night before that was gosh, what was that one about? That the one night for that one was I was irritated, and the thing about that was I was angry and irritated. I was annoyed at everyone there, and I just wanted them. I didn't want to be bothered with any of those people. So there was a theme about that. Like I was like annoying, irritation behind that theme. And then, so you will get different themes, for different emotions that are building up and coming out and coming forth through things. And I was able, not my confusion dream, and not the between the irritation, it went irritation, then just I woke up, actually woke up crying, so that next one was just total sadness, and then this one with confusion. So, but the one with the total sadness, I was able to connect some things that I needed to work through. So you will be able to connect those things that you're writing in your journal with your shadow side, with your dreams. It might take longer than, some dreams might take longer than others, and you might come back down the road 6 months or so if you're writing them in your journal and say, oh, that's what that meant. Or it might be a week later and you're like, oh, that's how that connected. So they will connect to each other. So just think about, I know you're journaling, maybe in your journal, after you journal, if you have a dream, just write dream at the top. Because I would actually do markers, and not markers, or colored pens, and I would do my dreams in color green. And so I knew that I was writing about a dream because it was in green. And so then I would do my journaling, and then if I had a dream, I just write there in the journal too, because if you're going back and journaling and you want to go back over stuff, it's easy to go back over also your dreams that you want to go through. So that's the way those connect, to help with you consciously and your subconscious kind of working together, trying to help you heal and grow through with this shadow work. So today, which is day 6, is who has let you down the most in your life, and are they still around, and how do you feel about that? So think about that question. Who has let you down the most in your life? Are they still around, and how do you feel about that? So take that question and kind of go through it, and I hope that if you're working through your dreams too as well, that you can connect them with these journal writings and kind of bring it all together to help you on your healing journey. All right, you guys have a happy Halloween and enjoy yourselves. All right, bye.